with the supply chain still a mess and inflation is on the rise and the economy slowing, efficiency is more important than ever. I had an integrator tell me just a few weeks ago that he admitted that during the last few years, he could have been a little less efficient and it was a little bit sloppy because he was making money hand over fist. But now efficiency is vital and software is the key to efficiency. So with CEDIA Expo right around the corner, I thought this would be a great time to talk with the leading software company for the custom electronics industry, D-Tools. And joining me today is Randy Stearns, CEO. Hey, Randy.
Hey, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does D-Tools have on tap for CEDIA Expo in terms of product updates this year?
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm excited just to be back at CEDIA and have a full-blown show. And we've got a full-size booth and I don't know, 8 or 10 people there. So I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be good to see everybody again. And we're just looking forward to being there and having a good experience. With regards to product, what I would say is that despite the rapid rise of D-Tools Cloud, we've got what I think nearly 1,000 system contractors using D-Tools Cloud now. System Integrator, which is our flagship product from, it's been with us for 20 years, remains incredibly popular amongst this CEDIA crowd and residential systems integrators. So let me start with that. We released version 19 recently, just a couple of weeks ago, and there were a few key features that we featured. One is, last year we came out with a timekeeping module that enabled us to do things like complete job costing and determine revenues, not revenue recognized because you do that in your accounting system, but revenues earned on a project, your backlog, report on labor utilization, a lot of really good business management tools. But a lot of our customers came back to us and said that they use what was T-Sheets and now QuickBooks Time, and they like it and they'd like to keep using it instead of transitioning to our timekeeping module. So we just did an integration with QuickBooks Time. And so that's been released recently. The data flows in the exact same way as it does through our timekeeping. So you get all that same reporting and job costing and all that. So anyway, that's available now for customers that prefer using QuickBooks Time. We did a new type of feature for us. It's a POE calculator, which is pretty cool. I don't want to go into the technical details of that, but if our customers like it, we can do more features like that. So they'll check that out, and I think they'll like what they see. And then a bunch of literally dozens of improvements to just the day-to-day workflow that our customers use. like they wanted to be able to purchase right out of a service order instead of having to, save it and go into purchasing. And we made a bunch of change order improvements. We made improvements to mobile install, which is our mobile app for technicians, being able to display accessories, and literally dozens of other enhancements. So some nice improvements to System Integrator. But D-Tools Cloud has really become our go-to product for the residential systems market. It's snappy, it's easy to use, it's fun, and it just gets the job done. And it's and you can use it from any any OS, any mobile device. So I would at this point, and we're close to 4 years in on this product, it's quickly becoming a full end-to-end solution. Our current capabilities leading up to this CEDIA are CRM functionality, advanced estimating, and that includes what we call visual quoting, which is the ability to just click to add to a floor plan or a photo and build a quote that way. We've got a very powerful and versatile multimedia proposal presentation capability. Basic drawing functionality that's going to improve dramatically over time, by the way. A full suite of project management tools like change orders, purchasing, scheduling, task management, timekeeping, et cetera. The thing that we're missing right now is a service module, which we will be showing at CEDIA. We're not going to piecemeal this thing. We're coming out with a full module that does it all at one time. and it'll be released this fall. So we're previewing it at CEDIA. And when I say this fall, it'll likely be a November release. We're not committing to that 100%, but it'll likely be November. So what that'll do is allow our customers to create service plans, like build a service plan and sell service agreements within the software. It'll give them the ability to manage service requests, issue service orders, schedule service, track the status of service calls and how those are progressing, invoice and collect payments, all from any mobile device in the field. It's going to be super cool. And then down the road, in terms of roadmap for that module, we'll be adding the ability to have a client portal, so clients can actually submit their own service requests online, and they can be notified when the technician's on the way and that sort of thing. So that's it's a very comprehensive set of tools that we'll be showing in Dallas and launch within the next 2-3 months. The other major thing that we're continue to work on actually is when I was an integrator, it always seemed hugely inefficient to issue we do a system design, we issue a proposal, and then there'd be like whatever, half a dozen things that you change, and they do a proposal revision, and then it gets reviewed again, and you revise it again. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's just very inefficient, and it takes a long time to get a contract signed when you're having to go back and forth like that. So what we want to do is we want to put the power of choice for the client into this tool so that integrators can just put everything out there and let the client decide which TV they want, which surround package they want, whether they want a partial or complete lighting control system. Do they want window treatments in these 3 rooms or in these 7 rooms, et cetera. So let them present it all as alternates, as options. The client decides, and that way the client is actually configuring their own system and coming up with the price that seems acceptable to them. They finalize it, they sign it, and they make payment. And it's a one-time presentation of what's available based on the conversations that the integrator had with the client, and the client does the rest. And we believe that will expedite the whole sales process while getting the client more engaged in the process, so that they're not talking to others at that point. They're just working with you to figure out, as the integrator, what the right solution is for them. So we are very far along in that process with product alternates, package alternates, which we are releasing tomorrow, I think. So this is pre-CEDIA. And then the options of optional systems, optional locations will be coming next month, most likely. But that whole suite of features will be complete here within the next 30, 60 days. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I can't even tell you how excited I am about the features that are coming out in the next 6 to 9 months. I mean, we've got a roadmap that is very exciting, and what I'll commit to is if anybody wants to corner me on the show floor, I'm happy to share what we got coming. And we'll be, by the way, we'll be at booth number 22046 in Dallas. And we're excited to see everybody. We have some really exciting products to show. We'll be doing demos, on a regular basis at the booth. And it's going to be a fun event.
So that option selection thing sounds fascinating. Will that have the system intelligence to know compatibility? So if the customer selects, let's say, oh, I want to add that pool house, but then they know that's going to require a fiber optic run, let's just say, for instance, for the distance, will it have that level of intelligence to know that the compatibility of what they selected, everything will mesh and work properly?
No, they'd have to, the subscriber or customer would have to include that as an accessory in that option so that it gets brought in with it. There is quite a bit of machine learning that we're building in, where our software does direct them towards decisions that they've made in the past, like accessories they've added to certain products in the past and ask them if they want to add it again. But that wouldn't be one of those because the software could never know that. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And I love the service element too. We talk about how many integration companies have recognized that it's not just about installing that system anymore. It's an ongoing relationship with the customer for a prolonged period of time, and having that efficiency of service, as you say, not only makes them more efficient for rolling the trucks and doing the service calls, but again, I like to talk about the recurring monthly revenue potential that could come from those service agreements.
Yeah, that's right. And I've always been a believer in the fact that the contract to do the initial scope of work is almost like the work that's required to get that client for the long term, right? It happens to be a nice chunk of money, but it's really about the long-term relationship. And so service is key, and that's where the recurring revenue comes from, that adds enterprise value. And so we want to enable that for our customers.
Okay, so you ran through a bunch of product offerings there. You mentioned you're going to be doing some demos in the booth. Are there any other education events or booth events that are going to be taking place in booth 22046?
Well, we've always done trainings at CEDIA, but we just don't need to anymore, because more and more of our customers at that are visitors at that event, and in this market sector, the residential sector, are going to D-Tools Cloud, and it's just not a product we need to train on because it's so intuitive and simple. And so no, we're not doing any trainings, but we'll be doing demos every hour at the booth, maybe more often than that. And we're having some fun at the booth too. We have a happy hour on Thursday it runs from 2 to 5, I'm pretty sure. We've got some co-sponsors I don't want to miss with AVIQ, Sound United, Metra Big Dog, Future Ready Solutions, and WhyReboot. It'll be craft beer. We'll have some beer pong going, prizes. It's going to be fun. So that's on Thursday afternoon from 2 to 5.
Beer pong. Wow. Okay. That sounds really fun.
That brings it back, right?
Okay. So there's so many booths and integrators are there. They have so much to take in. What's the one question they should ask when they come to your booth?
Well, I think it's going to be show me D-Tools Cloud, because it really is all the rage from a software perspective in the industry right now. I mean, we're adding 30 to 40 new customers a month. I mean, it's like we cannot keep up with demand right now, and I'm being honest about that. So it's very popular. Our churn is ridiculously low. Customers love it, and so I think I think most visitors will want to get a peek at what fellow integrators are excited about. And that's D-Tools Cloud.
You mentioning how you don't have to do the trainings anymore because D-Tools Cloud is so intuitive reminds me of the old, I think it was Nikon, so advanced it's simple. That was their
tagline.
Their tagline for the cameras. It's so advanced it's simple. It sounds like D-Tools Cloud might be in that same vein.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It feels like it to us. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Randy Stearns, CEO of D-Tools, thanks for joining CE Pro today. We look forward to seeing you in Dallas, September 29th through October 1st.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. See you there.